Yo. What's up? What's up? This is Elijah. Glenn's is how I see it. Another edition of Humble Dad. Not as energetic as I typically am because of the story matter, if you will. Um, as several of you know, I'm sure, the situation between Kirk Franklin and his son. Forgive me, I can't remember his name. His oldest son, that's 32, about to be 33. There was a heated exchange that went viral between Kirk Franklin and his son, and I didn't pay any mind when I seen it a couple of days ago uh, because I didn't make much of it because you know family members get into arguments all the time. Um, I've been I've been around situations in families where it's gotten rather heated. Um, and not once that I could say that somebody uh, put it out on blast or put it out on media or recorded it and and put our family business out in such a way. And so I would say, since people want to give assessments, I would say I would start by reading Ephesians 6. Um, Ephesians 6:1 says, "Children, obey your parents in the Lord, for this is right. Honor your father and mother. This is the first commandment with a promise, that it may go well with you and that you may live long in the land." And verse 4 says, "Fathers, do not provoke your children to anger, but bring them up in the discipline and instruction of the Lord." And so the reason why I read that is because oftentimes we take for granted um, the nuances of a father and son relationship. Maybe because many of us have not experienced what that is like, especially in the. I hate to make it, anything about ethnicity, especially in the Black community. I mean, there's rare instances that a father is so much involved as I would say, if what I've been told, that Kirk is with his own kids. And so the first thing is that we don't know all the information. However, everybody is given their full on opinion, which this is mine as well, because I don't know everything. But as far as the scripture is concerned, the scripture is saying that we must be respectful as children to our parents, even if the parent is saying something that we don't like, it's no reason for us to disrespect them in any way, and then feel weird, then feel some type of way when the parent goes off the hinges. Uh, Now, I am, of course, I'm a fan of Kirk Franklin. I've been listening to his music for a long time. I've met him once. He was a nice dude. I mean, but I don't know behind the scenes. But I do know individuals that are connected to him, and so from that perspective, they've always spoken highly of him. But that doesn't mean that he is without sin or flaws or anything like that. Um, but to go back to, once again, as I stated earlier, we don't have all the information. The scripture says that we need to be, as children, we need to be respectful to our parents, and then it also tells us as fathers that we don't need to provoke our kids in any way, because because why would we want our kids to be angry, provoke them to be angry? And as Kirk Franklin, he even apologized for how it came across. He apologized for the fact of it being leaked, the situation being leaked. Now let me kind of wrap it up like this. So most of the video, the recording was not played the individual decided, Kirk Franklin's son decided to only play the clip of where his father is in outrage. And since he's in outrage and he's using profanity, now I got him. Okay, this is what I'm going to do to try to bring him down. And so that in itself is major disrespect. Even though I wasn't raised by my biological dad, my biological father, I can't. There's no way that I would come across in a manner that that would be in such a blatant disrespectful manner. Like if I had talked to him and said, you know what, I really don't like such and such and such and such, and I would not record the conversation. And then if I did record the conversation, there's no way that I would let other people hear that conversation unless there was a lawful situation. You know, there was a situation where the law had to be come into play. I was watching another video where Kirk and his wife were talking to the interviewer, and Kirk was explaining to her how he says, I'm still his daddy, right? He's a grown man. However, as his daddy, there's no way that we're on the same plane. We're not equal in that regard, and that's clear. The Bible is clear. Like we are not equal with our kids. There is a level of respect and admiration, if you will, honor. That's a good word, honor. Like I don't have to, like his son doesn't have to like him to honor him, right? And then not only did he disrespect his dad, he respected the entire family because there's such a a popular name Kirk Franklin is, and it just for me, my words are not necessarily going in the order that I would like them to, but hopefully you understand that for an individual to do such a thing as to leak out what our conversation is, because that's pretty vile. That means that you had an ulterior motive because you began to record, and from what the information has been told is that this was an ongoing thing. So much so, the wife said that she wasn't on the call. It was, Kirk said that his wife wasn't on the call. It was his best friend that was on the call that was laughing. And he's known the son since he was one. And so his wife then says, well, one of the reasons why the uncle was on the phone, Kirk Franklin's best friend was on the phone, is because the situation has been so toxic and there being a communication issue that the counselor suggested that there be somebody else on the call when they're to be a mediator or to help the situation move forward. And also in another video, Kirk said that his son didn't even play the part about them going to counseling. There was even what the wife said that there was conversation about going back to counseling. And so he didn't air that at all either. So for those that feel like Kirk Franklin's son feel like Kirk is wrong, I would say that you're wrong, because we have no idea of what was stated prior to Kirk Franklin going off in the way that he did. We have no idea what that was. And I'm not justifying his words I might justify his words depending on what was said. I don't know. But what I do know is that there was information that was leaked that shouldn't have been, that should have been a private matter. And even if it got to the point of where he felt like his life was in danger, then he should have taken it to the police and not put it on social media. And so, it's important for us as individuals to take a step back, and even myself, give people grace, for whatever decision that they decide, and also collect all the information before you, before you give your thoughts as well. I mean, I guess you can give your thoughts, but make sure that your thoughts are connected to the information that's given, and not information that is missing. So that's my tidbit. I hope that they reconcile. I pray that they reconcile. Kirk said on the interview that he answers his son's call all the time, because he never knows when the day may be when he turns that leaf. And so this is just me telling fathers out there to do your best to make that connection with your kids. Don't provoke them to anger. They're going to make you angry, and that's what some of them want to do. Just do your best to hold fast and not get to that point. But that's hard to do as a man. We one of the ways that we feel loved or appreciated is respect. And if my kids disrespect me, I let them know. I don't cuss them out, but I know that I have, been upset at them and talk to them in a stern way, possibly, depending on depending on who is the individual that hears it, would say that, and so just take your moment and pay attention to all the information and not just some of it. This is my 2 cents. This your boy Elijah. Glenn's is how I see it. We out here. Deuces.